Up next, we're going to unbox and take a look at the Sharp Wizard. ijdm starts now.
Another visitor. Stay a while. Stay forever.
Kramer, I can't get that many wizards.
What about your deal?
I didn't have a deal. They're $200 a pop. What do I do?
Well, don't worry about it. I know a guy.
Okay, here's what we got. The Sharp OZ 5500 Wizard. 256 kilobytes of space, memory, storage capacity, whatever, carried by the most organized people in the world. Let's take a look at the back side of this. It's got a few pictures of the screen and whatnot. This does have a few different ways that you can hook to a computer, but I'll get back to that in just a moment. So let's unbox this thing. And yeah, I found this recently out thrifting, and just kind of an impulse buy because it was $2.92. Most of the stuff you see, it's way overpriced. So we got the organizer here, and then we got this huge manual, which we're not going to be going through this page by page unless, no, we're not going to do that. Looks like you could also get a solid brass plate or something with it too. Pretty cool. That's still in there. No data cable. I don't know if it said on the box that the data cable was included. It says expand your wizard's capabilities, but it doesn't say what's supposed to be in the box, so it may or may not have. Anybody knows and had one back in the day, and it did come with a cable, or it did not come with a cable, well, let us know in the comments. I know a lot of these did not come with them, so I'm going to go with that. So was this the same one on Seinfeld, you may be asking? It's a possibility, but I think the one on Seinfeld was a little more rounded and bulbous kind of looking.
This isn't a wizard, it's a Willard.
A Willard? Sacramento Senior screwed me.
Mine doesn't have a 7. I'm ruined. Jerry, why didn't you get them wizards?
The real wizard's $200.
You didn't have a deal?
No deal. Not hot.
Yeah, on the back here, we got a storage thing for the main batteries and then some for the backup battery. And it's got an interesting release here. Look, it looks like there was supposed to be a screw in there, but the door does stay shut. And when to open it, you can just pull this little trigger and the door will pop out. And there will be your coin cell that you replace. Of course, when you do that, it resets the memory and all that, and you got to press and hold the reset while powering it on. On this side, we do have a little data port, but we can't open that right now. And then this side, there is nothing. There is an IR port right here, which communicates with a laptop. And then you can also use the link on it, which is on the side here in this little hidden compartment. Pretty neat. Overall, comparing this one to the other one I did a few videos back, yeah, this one's, I'd say, a little more, let's just say this one's easier to use. Let's just go with that on that realm of things. And I gotta say, this is a substantial big unit. I mean, comparison size, it's about the size of I got one of those, Samsung phones, the Plus version, so it's about that size. So it was kind of bulky to carry in your pocket. As far as connecting the computer link software with IR or whatever, I looked on the internet. I cannot find it. Apparently there is a Macintosh version that's available on the archive site, but I don't have a Macintosh, so I can't show you that part of it. Basically, with software, lets you easily transfer your information from one thing to another, or you could set it up on the computer, import it into here, and then you're good to go instead of having to type it in. As far as the keys and stuff, you got your calculator functions up here, very handy, and then your keyboard, and then all your function buttons and stuff, and cursor buttons, and so forth, and so on. Let's turn this on. All right, LCD contrast, darker light. Yeah, it looks pretty much good to me. Cool, sharp logo here. So I wonder if this could have been capable of more, if there was like a way to hack these things out, like they do with some of the different calculators of the day, where you could play Tetris. And I'm wondering if there's a way to do that with any of these. Again, leave a comment if you know the answer to that. Greeted to, first thing on the screen when you turn it on is a calendar. So I did set this up ahead of time, so June 2026, so it still works today as far as the calendar function. Then we got a scheduling function where it tells you what's going on different scheduling things. To-do lists. If you got a to-do list, to-do list for work, and you got to get a bunch of things done in one day, you can do there. Put your anniversaries in there. It's got a world clock, so I got it Tampa and London. You got to choose, 2 different ones on that screen, which is fine. It would be nice if there was an option to be able to just have just clock, like just the main clock and not the other one. Then your telephone entries, and then of course there's one I put in ahead of time, just kind of a joke thing for an upcoming episode. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, I guess you hit the enter key and then it tells you the further information. And then if I go previous, no, I guess I can just hit escape, backscape, backspace. No, next. Okay, let's try to go. Oh, I see. There's one for personal and there's one for business. So each time you hit the thing, there's telephone and then there's contact and then there's personal. Okay. I guess there's different categories you can organize them, or maybe different levels. Putting a phone number in is fairly simple. On this one, you just hit the new button, enter in the name, and then you hit return. Or no, you don't hit return, backspace. Then you hit the down arrow, and then you type in their phone number, wherever the phone number is, and then you hit your down arrow again, and then whatever their address is, you enter in there, and then hit enter, and it is stored. A little easier than the other one I showed, the Casio. Next, we have a user file function. Looks like restaurant menus, I guess, home inventory. So you could store a lot of different things in here. I guess you want to inventory your house or restaurants that you've been to and different meals. Especially if you're a business person, you have to take clients out. I guess that was the idea of it. Outline, I'm guessing, is to create some kind of outline thing. Yeah, you can probably just type out like a little document saying, for presentation or whatever. Memos just for taking short, quick memos, and then money tracking, which is cool, where you can actually enter in a whole thing with kind of like QuickBooks or Quicken back in the day, where you can keep track of your finances and balance of your accounts. And I'm guessing if you hit that, it just says there's no data. I'm just wondering if there's a way you can do it between savings and checking and all that, but we'll assume there might be a way. And back to telephone again. Yeah, the buttons have a nice little beep, 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 kind of thing when you hit them. And yeah, it's pretty cool. No backlight. That's the only minus of this. Most of these units do not have a backlight. And then, of course, you got your communication stuff. If you have the software, you can use that function right there. But that is the Casio Wizard OZ5500 in a clamshell. That'll do it for this ijdm. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.